make their third appearance on primetime this season, while the Colts look for their first win in Baltimore since 2009. Next on Monday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense making their way out, and it is Jacob Eason from Washington at quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
1st and 10, Eason. That's complete to Marlon Mack. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Now a carry from Mack. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. So that'll back him up 5. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. On the give, this is Mack. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And this is going to be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now a chance to take advantage of that missed field goal. 1st and 10, way up at the 37. They'll start by running the option to the right. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to Mack. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Eason. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Eason. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And it's fielded at the 34. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. Jackson running again. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. We're scoreless after 1. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. Play action. Now Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Shoves him aside. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds. Right down around the goal line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, this is a case of improper form from a tackling perspective, because when you get ready to go up against a back like this, everyone has to be able to understand you've got to be able to slow him down and let the cavalry come to the rescue. They were nowhere to be found that time, though, and this winds up being a big play.
Edwards will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Eason sets to throw it. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And that will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And they'll begin by running the option. The solid stiff arm. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a 1st down. Jackson now off the bootleg. Steps away. The 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. The previous play big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're 1 play behind.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So his strong 1st half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Eason. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Throwing is Eason. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. On first down, Jacob Eason gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Campbell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Here's Eason to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Eason taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 25-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Again, he'll drop to throw. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To try again after the sack. Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. He's at the 50. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Jackson on first down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Kirk Cousins, a touchdown pass in the victory. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Austin Eckler, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting LA Rams. Russell Wilson, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. The drive will start with an option going left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
2nd and 14. Jackson going to run again. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll go option to the short side. busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's the option going left on second down. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he will have a Ravens first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Give him 2 on the play there. And the Ravens are going to have a first down. Jackson, option right. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Jackson now, rolling to his left. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 12-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get it?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 3rd down, Eason. He'll check this down to Hines. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
When the season began, the Colts went through a 3-man shuffle about who would emerge as the lead running back for them. It turned out to be Jonathan Taylor, the rookie out of Wisconsin. But when they needed a pass catcher out of the backfield, it was Nyheim Hines. 63 catches, 3rd most by a running back in the NFL.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun. And this is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down. Now Eason. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, and now it's second down. They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and that'll make it third down. Back to throw again. They'll run the screen with Mack. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. First and 10, Eason. The toss here completed to Pittman. And it's a fumble, and the Ravens have got it.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11. They run once more with Edwards. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a fourth down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it. This time doesn't work out. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If they're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw again on second down. Eason, slant pass, hauled in by Campbell. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Eason sets to throw it. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. 7 yards the pickup there. 3 yards remain for second down. Eason. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. Touchdown, Colts! Marlon Mack, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Ravens offense back out there. They're in control here as they start first and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge.
It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Edwards now on 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. On 2nd down, it's Edwards. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Ravens, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And next week, they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.